Hello everyone, my name is Lynx, and welcome back to another deck profile. On today's video, Unchained, but not any kind of Unchained, Broke Boy Unchained, or one MINIBOX Unchained. Anyways, here's a little story. So, the MINIBOX was announced, and when I looked at it, I thought, man, Unchained looks really cool, but it also looked really expensive. Both of the twins, Aruha and Rakea, were SR, and their search spell was UR, so that meant having to go through the mini box 3 times. That can get kinda pricey. So, the more I started thinking, the more I realized that what these cards do, other cheaper cards can also do. The result of that thought experiment was this deck, which is what I call Broke Boy Unchained or one MINIBOX Unchained. What it does is the same as any other Unchained deck. You pop the Unchained traps to summon the Unchained Soul monsters to go into Unchained Soul of Rage and link off during your opponent's turn. But instead of using the expensive Aruha and Rakea, we have some innovations, I guess you can say, in the form of Breaker the Magical Warrior and Jester Queen. Enough babbling, let's do the card by card. Let's start with the traps because I figure they are the most important in this deck. They are the heart and soul of this deck. We have Escape of the Unchained. Target one Unchained monster you control and one card on the field. Destroy them both. If this card is destroyed by card effect, you can special summon one Unchained monster from your deck. All of their back row and the twins have this effect. Keep that in mind because it's really important. Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. You can special summon one Unchained monster from your hand or graveyard, and it has the summon from deck effect. And Wailing of the Unchained Soul. If you link summon an Unchained Link monster, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. Since your main form of interruption can link off during your opponent's turn into an Unchained monster, this is just extra interruption, and it also has the summon from deck effect. Now, why do we need to summon from deck so badly? I know it's a good effect, but this deck especially needs to do that. Well, it's because their boss monster, Unchained Soul of Rage, needs an Unchained Soul monster, and the Unchained Soul monsters are level 8. They are these two. Unchained Soul of Disaster, the effect you need to know is that you can target one face-up monster your opponent control. Immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one Dark Link monster using one discard you control and that opponent's monster as material, and Abominable Unchained Soul. You can only special summon this guy once per turn, and if a card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon him from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can discard one card, destroy one card on the field. You need one of these two to summon your Link monsters. Very important. With that out of the way, let's have a look at our trap destroyers. First up, we have, of course, the twins, Aruha and Rakea. Rakea just destroys a card you control, and Aruha can destroy a card you control to special summon himself. Both of them have the special summon from deck floating effect. Besides these guys, we have Breaker the Magical Warrior, which can just destroy one card spell trap you control. And we have, and this one is an innovation I'm really proud of. I don't think anyone thought about this card in this deck. Jester Queen. When this card is normal or special summon, you can destroy all cards in your spell and trap zones. This is like not only good because it's basically a free reward, this can really pop off. Like if you open this card plus any 2 Unchained back row, you just go fucking +2, right? This card is absolutely crazy in this deck. Onto the extra deck, we have, of course, the Unchained main form of interruption, which is Unchained Soul of Rage. What this link to can do is during your opponent's turn, you can quick effect, target one face-up special summon monster your opponent controls. Immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one Dark Link monster except itself. It's basically the same effect of Soul of Disaster, but on a quick effect. So it's very nice. It doesn't trigger any kind of destruction effect, doesn't trigger Samurai Skull, for example. Just a very, very solid form of removal that not many decks can deal with. And then we have the Unchained Link 3 monster, Unchained Soul of Anguish. It has basically the exact same effect of Disaster, to the point that it's not a quick effect. Sadly, it would have been really neat to go into this, with your opponent's monsters go into this, and then just use this to go into the Link 4, but you can't do it. It's not a quick effect, sadly. Then we have the big bad wolf himself, Unchained Abomination. There are allegations that this is actually the Live Twin boss monster, but I would rather not comment. Anyways, what does this guy do? It requires 2+ monsters, including a Link monster, and if a card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, except by his own effect, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. When another monster is destroyed by battle, you can target one card on the field, destroy it, and during the end phase, you can target one card on the field. Guess what happens, bucko? So, this guy really likes destroying stuff, right? He is just a good finisher. Decent, you only need one of them. Now, we have, of course, the Nightmare package, which you may just think, wow, that's just standard. But no, this deck has some really neat interactions with Unchained Soul of Rage. Since this guy is basically just, IP at home, you can summon Nightmare Unicorn during your opponent's turn, and with your opponent's monster, by the way, discard a card and send a monster to the deck. So basically you get 2 disruptions with the price of 1. If you're playing against, I don't know, Stall, Phoenix is useful, and Cerberus is just very neat. You can just play the 3rd Unicorn here if you want, but it's good to have the option. Anyways, now that we're done with the card by card, let's have a look at the skill. It's Fiend Exchange. It allows you to exchange any level 5 or higher Fiend for another card in your deck. Sometimes it will be another level 5 Fiend. Unchained Soul of Disaster is just, a really good boy, a really good doggo. He really likes to be in your hand. He shouldn't be in your hand. You really don't want him in your hand. We're playing 2 of them because the effect is kind of useful and you really want to be able to summon one of them from the deck. But if you open him, just put him back in the deck. Not once per duel, by the way. You can use this like as many times you want, like once per turn, obviously. Anyways, now that we're done with the card by card, before I leave you with the replays, I would like to ask to leave a like, subscribe, all that algorithm positive stuff.